But I see the Duke in the chat. What's up?
And the Duke.
The Duke.
Yeah, I understand that there's some where the white women at, like Duke and them, but a lot.
Shout out to Duke from the UK, bro.
Yep.
Shout out to you, brother.
I follow the facts first and foremost. Tell that to your mother, man. We don't play around on this channel.
Back-to-back commentary to address this one more time. Maybe one of many series, but let me get straight into it. I don't want to waste your time. I'm not like one of those guys. Just Pearly Things at 1.3 million subscribers after what, nearly 2 years of streaming, like many of you in the manosphere, quote unquote. Thousands of hours of streaming, like I said the last time. And people were able to clip 5-minute videos here, 3-minute videos there, where she addresses race and politics and not realizing that she's conservative. That's what's funny. Her points of views aren't new. Her point of view even evolved in the beginning of her career on YouTube. One of her first trending videos was addressing slavery. People are now saying she shouldn't talk about this because it's not her place. It's everyone's place. If you're an American, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, you should be well aware and engage in conversation based on that history. It's not gatekeeping. You can't gatekeep that history. It's important. So she speaks on it. How does she speak on it? Let's figure that out. Search those videos where she breaks down the American history on antebellum slavery. And what you would all realize is that this girl sources, it's not her views, it's not her opinions, she sources not from white conservatives, but from black conservatives. We have Thomas Sowell, Candace Owens, Larry Elder, so several others. I can't list all these American commentators, but they speak on these things. Thomas Sowell, for example, I've read 5 of his books. He addresses history all around the world, but especially in America. The black American experience has several opinions from people within that community. Pearl leans closer to more of a conservative point of view. So all these viewers from the black manosphere, those who are like the remnants of the Kevin Samuels saga, and those who associate with O'Shea Duke Jackson and the pro-blacks like Jason Black and Tariq Nasheed's blank bullets, just making noise in the space. The issue is who else is associated with that racial topic. Pearl has formulated her platform to address mainly relationships, but she started off on a political approach, discussing American history, pro-life values, family values, the wealth gap, capitalism, conservative values. It's just pretty straightforward. And if some of you guys who listened to the Obsidian interview would have recognized that she brought this up many times. She's a conservative, she has conservative values. This isn't new. You guys are new to this. Now you want to pick and choose. She didn't want to say that, obviously. Good the way she approached it. What are the things I could blame her for? Basically, her crossing the line, places where she shouldn't cross. Number 1, what are you doing inviting Nick Fuentes on your show? Number 1, why are you inviting him on your show? Number 2, if you invite him on your show, why didn't you prepare for the position, addressing who he is and why he was banned? Where was Sarah Garvey You co-host with Sarah Garvey. He has done this already, and some of you guys are going crazy. You shouldn't have allowed him on. No, it was a great opportunity, and she ruined that opportunity because she's very agreeable. Any special guest she has, she tends to agree with them on many things. Like, I did not like how she dealt with what's his name, Andrew Tate. Some of you guys think Andrew Tate was a great guest star on her show, but to be honest with you, she could have pushed harder, because if she's such a conservative, she should have pressed harder and, you know, confronted him on why he runs a business, you know, webcamming and, you know, basically dating his workers and then manipulating, like, how does he recruit these women? She didn't do that. She was too agreeable with him, and I wasn't surprised when Nick came on. I watched the live show. She was very agreeable, and that was the problem. It looked very bad. She deserves this sort of confrontation, but all these people coming out of the woodworks trying to concoct this idea of who she is. Fakes, charlatans. And then I made a video previously addressing MTR, who's worked with her for months. They have multiple videos, projects that they haven't released yet, and he just dropped her like that based on the peer pressure of his chat room and this community. I've addressed the Negro-Manosphere multiple times. I've addressed the American community, the Black American community, and how unhinged they may seem. So I'm going to outrightly say that I'm just a small community person here. Some of you who are Black American, you understand that I'm not coming from a place of like animosity. It's more of what we observe. When you're red pill, you have to pick a side. Are you pro-black or are you a man? And that's all you need to be. If you're red pill, you don't need to be pro-black, because you know that is entrenched with a gynocratic way of thinking. Queen, Mother God, Earth nonsense. We don't play that game in the red pill space, the real space. All these accounts, O'Shea Duke Jackson, even MTR, Jason Black, Tariq Nasheed, useless. They're not part of this part. Like, there should be a map to even just make sure we know where we stand. Those people aren't to be associated with when we have Fresh and Fit, Pearl, Rolo Tomasi, so many more content creators, Donovan Sharp. Like, they're doing their thing and they're very much inclusive. All that Negro nonsense we don't need. But anyway, Pearl deserved confrontation because she needed to know that if you're going to start discussing these things, you need to know your audience, and then you need to be well versed. Don't just be prancing around the topic because it's fun. It's not fun, it's serious. Take these topics seriously. Yeah? And it was fine, but you should have doubled down. You should have doubled down in addressing that topic like you used to do months before your relationship podcast. Go back to those days. Remind them. These are all new cats. We know now. We know the audience that are complaining are new to you. This is where you have to bring it back to where you used to be. So you kind of deserve this. You can't just have everyone. You can't just have all the subs. You've gone over 1 million subs. Don't worry. Now focus on your quality and what you really want to project. Can't just go around just like be inclusive. You know, that's what women like to include everyone, but make sure that if you are willing to gain every audience base, accept that you're going to make controversial episodes and act accordingly. You're conservative, hold a conservative stance. You're not liberal. Most of these guys that are complaining are very liberal. MTR has made it clear he's very liberal. I've addressed him already, and they like to talk about race, or they were trying to talk about race on your podcast and you tried to sway away from it. You should have been prepared. Prepare yourself for these topics. Reparations, let me drop that now. I'm going to clip this part, but reparations is full of douche. Okay, reparations, who's going to pay for it? Who is going to pay for it? Yeah, I'm British. What do I know? But I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. You're going to demand reparations. So you basically don't want anything done, right? You don't want anything done. We can debate that. I would love to debate that, but at the end of the day, we aren't being realistic. You can't combat. You're saying that reparation comes from the outcomes of slavery. Okay, so American slavery is the only form of slavery, and was it illegal to enslave other people back then? No. Who made it illegal? Oh yeah, the Western community made it illegal. The Brits made it illegal. The French then made it illegal. America fought a war to make slavery illegal. So before it was illegal, it was legal. What's the point in paying back something that was made legal? It's like saying you should let free all those who sold Class A drugs because now we want to legalize Class A drugs. No, they're in prison because they sold it when it was illegal. They weren't reprimanded because it's now legal. Essentially, you can't write off a sin or what we consider a sin today that was legal back then. It's silly. It's silly. If you're going to demand reparations, then I guess Africans have to pay reparations too, because our ancestors sold people off too. We'll play games. I'm going to have a whole topic on that later, but address the Pearl, address the Manosphere, the Negro-Manosphere. It has nothing to do with the actual mainstream Manosphere. This platform, for example, my YouTube, very small. You're not going to see any Negro-Manosphere topic. We don't talk about race topics on this channel. We address it once in a while because we are black. We have an experience, but this is not a pro-black page. Do not come here thinking we're pro-black. We are very proud of our heritage, but we don't need to associate with a group that victimizes itself every day. We're not weak men. We are aware of society's issues. We're aware of our obstacles, but we're not one of those people that complain every day. We don't want to get a payback. We're going to fight for what we want. We're going to grind for what we want. We don't need handouts. Go over there if you need handouts. Go to O'Shea, Duke Jackson, all those woke people. They're very liberal. Go there. But Pearl, if you want to associate with everyone, you have to come with the territory. Unless you deal with Candace Owens, you deal with the conservatives in that side, Hodge twins. You should deal with them. Don't deal with the liberals. It's very politically divided in this space. Stop trying to be friends with everyone. See what they try and do to you. They waste your time. MTR wasted your time. Melanie King wasted your time with content that they've cut off now. Fools. They're going to regret it months from now. But this is what happens when you deal with reactionary groups like that in the space. Do not deal with them. They're a very small splinter group. They're very loud, but they're a small splinter group. Up to like about 50,000 viewers in total. The rest is yours. They agree with you. They support you. Everyone else just this noisy hoteps that don't believe in anything real, that don't believe in anything tangible. Forget them. But you deserved that correction because you're too comfortable talking about things and trying to include everyone in the audience. No, let them know who you are. You're a conservative. What does that mean? It means you're against reparations, you're against racial politics, critical race theory. You're against all of that. You're against the Democratic Party. You don't want to place emphasis on slavery because that's not the end all be all of politics. So everything it's done for, it's done. It's over. You deserve that drag because you want everyone to be your friend. But that's over now. Okay, now you can move on. You're going to soldier on just like Fresh and Fit. They tried to excommunicate Fresh and Fit. That failed. Keep grinding. You've got your team behind you, mostly black. They support you. You've apologized. You move on. but you deserved this. You got too comfortable. You got comfortable with Nick Fuentes. You deserve this. Learn from your mistakes. Well done. This is The Duke on Not Your Average Joes. Thank you for tuning in. Come again next time. Subscribe, leave a like, and comment. Please, we want to hear your voices. Thank you for tuning in. Out.
But I see the Duke in the chat. What's up?
And the G.
The Duke.
Yeah, I understand that there's some where the white women at, like duking it, but a lot. And
Shout out to Duke from the UK, bro.
Yep.
Shout out to you, brother.
I follow the facts first and foremost. Tell that to your mother, man. We don't play around on this channel.